Well, let me ask you something. Are you going to jump out of rafts again? In rocky, you know, like that? So, sometimes remembering things is actually beneficial. My suggestion to you, first of all, would be it just happened, so don't worry about forgetting about it so soon. My guess is that if you come back next year, you'll river raft again and you're not going to, you know. There you go. Okay. So I wouldn't worry too much about remembering something and trying to forget it right away. A lot of times things like that are really, really lessons. They're really lessons. And the lesson is, you're not your body, but you have one. And you only have one. And it's very, very special. And you need it to last a long time in good condition. And sometimes when we're young, and sometimes even when we're not so young, we make decisions forgetting that we have a body, or forgetting that it's so important to us, or forgetting that we need it to stay in good condition for a long time. And those things hurt us, more so than getting your knees scraped up. And those things can actually really, really damage our lives. And so the memory of being hurt, the memory of being injured, the memory of remembering that this is a body. And it interacts with the world. It interacts with tables sometimes. It interacts with doors sometimes. It interacts with the curb sometimes. It interacts with all sorts of things sometimes. And the goal of those interactions is to keep them as gentle as possible. And the more I can remember what ungentle interactions felt like, the more mindful and aware and careful I'm going to be. It doesn't mean I'm never going to go near a table again, or I'm never going to go near a door again. I'm never going to go rafting again. But it means that I'm going to think 100 times before jumping out of the raft. I'm going to carefully measure, where am I? How high is the raft? Are there rocks? How high can I jump? Are we still or are we moving? Rock, to jump. And they said jump. Ah, so this is really interesting. Isn't it hard to do what other people encourage you to do when you don't want to? Really? This is actually such a deep thing. Look at this. He didn't want to jump. He's a 9-year-old boy. What 9-year-old boy doesn't want to jump off a rock? But he had the knowledge. Despite wanting to raft, he had the knowledge of knowing, I don't want to jump. But the guys who run the rafting program, and not to, make them at fault. It's just they're humans. We all do this. This is what peer pressure becomes. Say, oh, it's okay. Come on, do it. You'll like it. Everybody does it. It's fun. And then because A, we trust them. B, we want to be cool. C, we want to do what everybody's doing. We go along. And sometimes it's okay. And sometimes we get hurt. And this is a great lesson in trusting your own inner voice. What you now know is your inner voice is much smarter than what anybody's going to tell you about any rock and jumping and anything. And as you get older, today it's the rock. Tomorrow it's going to be cars. It's going to be drugs. It's going to be who knows what it's going to be. But you're going to have all sorts of people saying, oh, come on, it's fun. You can do it. Nothing will happen. But if you've got an inner voice that says no, it's great to remember what happened. Because the memory of what happened is going to remind you, not that rocks are dangerous or rivers are dangerous, but my inner voice actually is the one who's got my best interest at heart. My inner voice is the one who really knows. And for that, I would love you to remember this forever.